Hey everyone, welcome to my garden. Today we are going to go around in the garden, in the backyard garden first, and then I will take you in the front yard garden, and we will talk about what all is blooming and how garden is looking and what are the garden plans for me for this year, for this season. Things might change along the way because things always change. Sometimes we stick to the plans, sometimes we just change things as we are working on them. There are a lot of beautiful things in the garden right now because I'm seeing a lot of things are just coming up, they are waking up, and they are just looking beautiful. There is so much greenery already that I'm seeing in the garden, beautiful blooms. Things are waking up and looking absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to share that with you. So the very first thing that I want to show you are these beautiful daffodils. I planted these daffodils last year and they came up this year as well. This year I did not plant a lot of daffodils and I did not plant tulips this year because last year I planted tulips and tulips just don't last. I love daffodils for that reason because they last for the longest and I don't have to plant daffodils every single year. Tulips on the other hand I have to plant every single year, and they don't just do well for us if we leave them in the ground. I love tulips, I love seeing them, having them, but I did not want to spend a lot of money on tulips and for maybe a couple of days of blooms. So I like daffodils for that reason, that one, they naturalize for us and you don't have to plant daffodils every single year. Tulips on the other hand you have to, because we don't get as many chill hours as tulips require to bloom every year, even though some tulips did wake up this year as well, but I did not see a single bloom on them. So that sort of like is a theory as well, that we don't get as much chill hours as they need in order to give us blooms. So we are not cold enough basically. For daffodils on the other hand is perfect and they bloom for the longest time and I love them, and daffodils smell so good as well. Not all of them, but some daffodils. This year I have planted some daffodils in my front yard. They look so beautiful and they smell just delicious. I love it. And but let's start. I will turn the camera around and show you how the garden is looking and what I'm thinking and planning to plant, and all of those good things. So let's get into it. Look at that. It's just perfect, so beautiful. Just because of that reason I love daffodils a lot. And the foliage in itself, after the blooms are gone, the foliage gives that beautiful grassy texture and look, which I love as well. So is for me, first the blooms last for the longest, and then the foliage itself is a showstopper in itself, and I love that. And after that I have my alliums, which I also love, and I did not plant any alliums this year because I was thinking I will first see how alliums do in my area. Usually they also naturalize and they come every year, but I wanted to just see how they perform in my garden. Last year they were beautiful. Not all of the alliums came back this year, but some of them are definitely came back and they are looking beautiful. Like you see one here and few along this way that I will show you. But in this corner I have this beautiful display of beautiful gorgeous daffodils and I'm loving it. And with that I have my rose, which is doing amazing. And this whole area I have planted last year. Some roses were here and some annuals I planted, and then I moved them from this area because we don't get as much sun in this area and they were sort of like struggling. So I moved some of my roses from here, but this rose is doing amazing. It gets full sun, so this is doing great. And after that I have some perennials which are coming up as well, which is great. I have all of these are all perennials which are coming up, and I love it. And this gives me all the ideas what and where I need to plant my annuals. So this year I was planning to start a lot of seeds indoors this year. So far they're doing good. I will show you after we're done with the garden how they're doing and all of that. So I have started a lot of different varieties of seeds this year, which I'm very excited about. So we will see how they will do. But so far they're looking good, and my plan is to have tons of blooms in the garden this year. And with all the varieties and everything that I have started indoors, should be doing that, and I'm excited to see all of that. I don't know where I'm going to plant all of those. This whole area is already jam packed, like where I am supposed to plant anything, but I have so many seedlings that waiting for me But I have already so many seedlings which I need to plan where I'm planting. But so far, but these daffodils will go eventually, and then I will have this whole drift which I always keep, this whole drift for my supertunias. And after that, I will have to be very strategic where I'm going to place my annuals with the height, with the width and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I'm excited for all the possibilities with all the seedlings that are growing. I have around 17 roses in my garden, and I will go over all of them once they are in bloom, or I will see how they are doing, because I have moved most of my roses this year. All of them are looking good. This one I was a little worried about, but it's looking good as well. I have moved my climbing rose as well from this to in the front yard, and this is another rose that is started to climb, and my clematis, which is growing amazing as well. All of these are my perennials. I have some ranunculus, these daffodils. So all of this is looking good, and I am just super excited for this year, for this side of the garden. Other side of my garden bed, which is my long border. This is my long, sort of like from the backyard fence. From that, it goes all the way. So this is where I have my long garden. This is my long bed. One side of this arbor, I have one side of the garden, and other side of the arbor is the rest of the garden. So basically, this arbor in the center of my this whole long backyard fence that we have, and on this side, and I did not mirror anything with the other side. This side is totally different than this side that I have. So both of the sides did not match at all. They have totally different plants, because I wanted to plant a lot of plants, different varieties and all of that. Look at that. These days when you are in the garden and there is something new that you will see, which is going to be blooming. How sweet are these? Look at them. Love it. And all of these, my beautiful perennials, are coming up as well. Some alliums from last year which are doing great as well. Some daffodils which are going to be, should be blooming. I don't remember if these are the last year daffodils or these I planted this year. If I plant bulbs in the fall, I literally don't remember where I'm planting, which variety, and which is the old one. So, but I do remember. That's why I did not plant anything on the other side of the garden, because I will not remember anything by the time they are blooming. So no idea about them. Once they're bloom, then I'll be able to tell. And then all of these perennials are waking up. These are not weeds. I need to mulch this before I get more of the growth on these perennials, because last year I thought I will do the mulch and all of that once I am done planting, and I thought of going with compost last year. This year I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. We had a very red clay soil, so I wanted to do something with the compost, and it was such a task once I had everything in and everything was fully grown, and it was so difficult to get in and spread compost evenly. So that was another lesson learned for me, that if I want to do that intensive of a compost layer or anything like that, I should be doing it before everything just flushes out and everything I have in place, because it gets difficult and I don't want to do that. And another thing which I want to show you, this beautiful peony which I already have buds on. Wow, I did not see that. And I have so many birds. This is the second year of this peony in the garden, and I am just so excited. This year I was good in terms of giving the support. The moment I saw the peonies starting to wake up, I added the supports, and I did good this year rather than struggling in the middle of the season where I don't know what to do. And it's just a huge plant, and I love this. I'm loving all these birds. Look at them. Main area is this is blueberry, and this is another rose. So I need to repot this blueberry. I got it last year and it just staying in there, seemed to like it, and there is literally no soil in that pot. I don't know how it's even surviving, but I need to repot this to a bigger pot and move this, but ignore this for now. And this whole area that you're seeing, all of this is going to be my cut flowers. All of that, the plants, the seedlings that I was talking about earlier, all of them are going to be going here. I'm not going to plant any perennial in this garden for this season, because I don't have another separate garden for cut flower. So this is what I will be doing. I will be packing them here, all of them, hopefully most of them, and then some I will be planting in my front yard, but this is, most of them are going to go on in this area. And in my this small little veggie garden, we have all this garlic that I planted in November, and all of this is looking great as well. Look at that. I need to fertilize it. I haven't yet, but it's great, looking beautiful and healthy in my opinion. This is my first time growing garlic, and looking good so far. I have a couple of varieties that I'm growing this year, and it's looking good. I need to fertilize it. All strawberries. I have two types of strawberries. One are everbearing, and one is which you get fruit early in the season. And I'm excited. It is just the perfect, my favorite planter in my garden, because there are so many strawberries and we are just going to love this. And my daughter is super excited that there are going to be so many strawberries that she can come and pick. Look at that. I am so excited, and I hope this year squirrels just don't find my peach tree, because last year we went on a trip, and when we came back, there was not a single peach that was left, and there was not even a single sign of anything that there were ever any peaches on this tree. I did prune this tree. I did a very severe pruning because I don't want this tree to be a huge tree. Peach trees anyways grow very tall and big anyways. In this season, if you see, this is how the tree is looking. I can literally touch on the top of the tree, and this tree is going to grow crazy. So we will do that comparison. Right now I can touch it, and it's just there. Looks beautiful, nicely fleshed out, which is great, but it's going to be humongous this season as well. So we will see that. So far it's looking perfectly beautiful. All these beautiful blooms. I'm loving it. Love this season anyways, and it's looking beautiful. Now I will take you to my front yard. Oh, before that, there are so many things that I wanted to show you. Fairy garden. How can I not talk about it, right? There is so much pollen this year. Even today I was reading that this is the extreme situation of pollen this year, and there is so much pollen everywhere this year especially. So we need to revamp this beautiful fairy garden, which was the highlight of our garden last year, and we have to do something about it. It was our Mother's Day project, and I have a video about it. I will link it above if you are interested to see how we created this whole fairy garden. So if you are interested to do that, we will be planting some different kind of flowers, which I will let her pick, and we'll go to the garden center and we will pick some plants for the fairy garden, and she will pick her flowers and what she want to plant and all of that, and then we come home and then we do the whole fairy garden thing. This is my front yard garden bed, and this is the biggest one in the front yard. I have another one on the other side of the house, but this is the big one. And in this one I have so many hyacinths, such a beautiful fragrance, and these daffodils are so sweet. They are not the biggest, but they have multiple blooms. Look at this. And I got these bulbs from Holland Bulbs and Farms, something like that, and they are looking beautiful, and they smell so good that I was even right now I'm standing here and they smells so beautiful fragrance, delicate, just amazing. And hyacinths, they also smell so beautiful, and I love it. I have this whole thing going on. I don't know what I was thinking while I was planting them in this way, but I think I just planted them randomly. I have all of this sort of like hyacinth situation happening this side, and I have one over here for whatever reason, but I don't know. They look beautiful. I love it. And then all these ranunculus, which are also one of my favorite flowers in the spring, and I'm excited to see all the blooms. I have some evergreens over here, and then all these perennials which are coming up, and then this area behind this, my jewel of my garden, my favorite rose of all time. If you are new, then I will insert a picture of this rose, which stays almost similar throughout the year, and I don't remember the name of this rose because this is a very old rose in my garden. Not that old, 6 years, 5 to 6 years old, a rose in my garden, which I don't remember what the name is and all of that. I picked it from Home Depot, and that's all I know about. I did not know at the time that this is a climbing rose, and it's a short climber. Literally, it will never go beyond this point. And I did a very severe pruning of this rose this year, and look at this. I mean, so beautiful. This is also very healthy rose. Foliage is green, beautiful flowers, just tons and tons of flowers. It's just my beautiful rose. I love this rose. This is one of my favorites, and I call it the jewel of my garden, which this rose is, and she is just perfect. Now in the back of this rose, I have all this area. I have one hydrangea, which is the limelight hydrangea, and I have my dog over there in the window. If you can see, let me show you. This is his favorite spot to sit. Hi. I don't know if you can see or not, but he's just looking at me. That's what she's doing. Anyways, so this is the hydrangea that I have, and this whole area I'm going to plant dahlias. So far, that's what I'm thinking. Plans might change, but so far, this is where I'm going to plant some of my dahlias, and then zinnias and other plants that I have started. And also fill in between wherever I see I need to plant and hold this area. This is a rose that I moved from my backyard to the front yard because last year we had a storm, and because of that it lost one beautiful main cane, and it was not looking good. So I just moved this rose here, and I had another climbing rose which I was looking where to plant it. So I end up planting that rose there and then moved that rose here. This is also short climber. This is rise up climbing, rise up Rise Up Lilac Days. Yeah, that's a rose. Rise Up Lilac Days from Proven Winners. That's a rose, and I love this rose as well. It has a beautiful, sweet fragrance, and the blooms are light to medium lilac color blooms. So sweet, very beautiful. Love this rose as well. And I moved this rose here, and we'll see how it's going to do. It started to little bit showing that it's going to wake up, because I was a little worried for a second that I don't know if this rose is going to like this pot or not, because this rose was extremely happy in my backyard. I will insert a picture for this one as well, that so that you can see how this looks like. I love this rose. I have these daffodils that I got from Holland Bulb and Farms, and look at this, so beautiful. I mean, wow. Everything is waking up, which is very exciting. Now let's go see how the seedlings are doing. These are all the seedlings that I have, and they are growing. I have to start my zinnia seeds, but I will be doing that next week. So far, these are all the plants that I have started from seed, and everything is doing good. The tallest one are Cosmos, which I have the tall variety and the dwarf variety, and all of these, some I started a little bit late for some whatever reason, but most of it I started on time, and everything is looking perfect. And usually I try to plant or start to plant my annuals mid-April. I think it should be good, and then I will be planting as I'm going. So this is looking perfect, and all of these are going in my backyard garden and my front yard garden, and everything is going to look amazing. I have a lot of seedlings for sure. We'll see how things will pan out and how everything is going to work out. I'm looking forward to it for this season, and I wanted to just walk you around and show you how the garden is looking before I actively start working on it. And hopefully you like this video. If you do, please let me know in the comments below, and what are your plans for this season in the garden, and what you are planning to plant and start in the garden. Do let me know in the comments below. I would love to read about your garden as well, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.